Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It is Saturday evening here. I missed the stream time by just like a couple hours. It's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Magic Maddie, thank you for the 22 months. Yin Yine, thank you so much for the 19. Calum Solaris for the 19 as well. The Unspeakable for the 45. Obviously, Pineapple for the 18. SP Wolf Tech for the 32. Modern Jonathan for the 8. Glad to see your tech issues were sorted. And King of Sloth, thank you for the 23. Hi, everyone. How in honor of Octo later. How Yes. So I did everything I could think of. I went on Twitter and did everything that everybody else could think of. Basically what was going wrong was that, if I turned on the computer, the monitors would say, no signal, no display port signal. And I was like, okay, cool. Unplugged everything, plugged it all back in, still nothing. Turned everything off, turned it all back on again, nothing. Swapped all of the cables to different cables, nothing. I was already thinking none of this is probably going to work because it happened to all three monitors at the same time, and that seems really suspicious. That seems like an internal problem. So then I was worried, oh my God, something happened to my graphics card, right? But we swapped out the graphics card that was in here for another one, and it was the exact same problem. So I was going, okay, never mind, not the graphics card. But I'm not really sure what else to do. So we reset a bunch of stuff, and we pulled everything out and put it all back in again, and did X, Y, and Z. And at the point where I was like, there's nothing else I can think of to do, somebody said that sometimes the USB ports, specifically the ones in the front for some reason, but they said sometimes the USB ports can create a situation where the computer is trying to boot your entire system from one USB port. So somehow it has the bright idea that everything that you are supposed to be doing is coming from a USB port, and there's nothing in the port. So it's like, I don't know what you want me to do. So they were like, just unplug, just like one at a time, just unplug the USB ports in the front and just see what happens. And it worked great. I was so mad. It's like, after all that shit, are you kidding? It was literally, I just had to unplug a USB port in the front of my computer. Unbelievable. Yeah, exactly. From what I had been reading from you guys and from like articles that were linked and stuff, it kind of made sense because you can like boot a prior like operating system, and you can reset your BIOS and like all of these things by using a USB stick. Like, that is built into the system to allow it to do that. But that shouldn't be happening when there's nothing there and you're not telling it to do that, right? So what was the device in the USB? There was nothing in the USB. There was nothing in them. I had unplugged everything. There was nothing in there. So yeah. Technology is whack. It gave me a whole new appreciation. Like, I have friends who work in IT, and I have friends who do like IT troubleshooting and like all of this stuff. It really solidified my appreciation for that job. I can't imagine trying to help somebody figure out what's wrong with their computer, especially like over the phone or over the computer, trying to like help them figure out what's wrong when it could potentially be something like, could you just humor me? Unplug the USB ports. And meanwhile, you're looking at a thing that's telling you, hey, here's an error number that is directly associated with memory and overclocking. And you're like, that's a stupid thing to try and do. It's not. It's just, so yeah, very weird. Very weird. And I felt so bad. I didn't realize that it took literally 2 hours for all of this to get sorted out. I had been trying to do it while Clark was awake. I was trying to like double dip, like watching Clark and doing the computer, and it wasn't happening. So I can hear her. It's so hot in the house, guys. But yeah, that wasn't happening. And once I was able to completely dive in and try everything I could think of, mm-hmm. W tile. Somebody's done that for me before as well. I'm surprised your AC is broken. Wasn't it just fairly newly installed? So there is a pipe that is like directly connected that is spraying water. But it looks like, I don't know how to explain this because I don't understand how these systems are set up. It looks like it's the way that it's set up is it's supposed to be that way. And that the problem is somewhere else. Like there's something that's supposed to help pump the water through and maybe it's not working. I don't remember who it was, but one of you guys was like, hey, I had a problem that sounds really similar. I was told to like unplug everything and then plug it all back in again. So I did try that and it didn't fix anything. So it's fine. Somebody will be here on Monday. It'll all be okay. We know that Clark can sleep in heat like this because she had to do it the entire time we were in Spain. So she's okay. It's just very warm. I'm going to close the door. Hold on just a sec. Okay. Hi. Poor Sam. The garage is like a nightmare. I don't know. All of you who are asking me questions about this system, I have no idea. And thank you to whoever was saying that my hair looks nice. I washed it. It's not fully dry yet. That's the look we're going for right now. Did you all go buy fans? Fortunately, the first year that we were here, the summer was so unbearably hot that we already had a couple of fans and we also bought like a portable like AC unit. And that's what we had used in our bedroom when we had Clark because we were like, oh my God, she's a newborn and she's not going to be able to regulate her body temperature. And so we had in our bedroom, the AC was running constantly from this little system and the rest of the house was a fucking nightmare. And then, it was at that point that we reached out to the owners of the house and we were like, hey, how would you feel about going in on AC for the house? So we did that. And it's been a lifesaver because it's been very warm. But you have bedroom AC at least? We don't because we disconnected it once we had everything. But it's portable, right? So we actually have it set up so that the sliding glass door is open and then we have it just pushed up against the opening there so that it can like pump cold air into here and hopefully get a little bit into the garage. And then pushes the hot air back outside. So that's been really nice. But in Clark's room, there's nowhere for the heat to go. She has no windows in that room. So it's just like we can't use this system because it has to push hot air somewhere, you know. So in her room, it's literally like 2 fans. Your energy bill might be ridiculous. For sure. For sure. If our sweet baby can sleep, it's worth it. But yes. Yeah, we rent. I can't afford to buy something in the Los Angeles area. Hell no. I thought you said 9. Yeah, Octo. No, you're not late. You're not late, buddy. Don't worry about it. My computer was like taking an absolute shit this morning, so I wasn't able to do Saturday morning DOOGER. So I'm doing Sunday evening or Saturday. Shit, why do I keep doing that? I'm doing Saturday evening DOOGER, and then we're gonna play the game together. You're good. You're good. Also, everybody say hi, Octo. He's gonna play the game with us tonight. We are playing Estelia, which is hashtag sponsored. I'm being paid to play it. We're playing an MMO called Estelia that's in beta. It looked like it could be fun, and I said that I would love to play it if I could play it with a friend, and they said sure. So, yeah, because I'm not very learned in MMOs, but Octo is, and he and I don't get opportunities to play many games together, so yeah. And we have like 70 codes to give out or something. So if you are interested in trying it, you might get a code if you're in chat. I love pimp. Me too. Yours looking nice tonight. Thank you. It's clean. It's my favorite joke, but it's true. I literally did nothing to my hair except wash it. So thank you for giving me so many opportunities to make that joke. I need to watch Octo more than I do. He's such a nice guy. He is such a nice guy. He deserves way more viewers than he gets, I think. Thanks to you and Octo, I greet my girlfriend with hello, and I'm not sure if I love it or hate it. His obsession with Blue Mage is horrible. Don't disparage. Not in this house. All classes are good classes. That's a pretty mug. Thank you. It's a Naruto mug. Yeah. I believed that face. They're all good. Especially Astrologian. They're better than they've ever been. And no one's mad. All classes are good classes. I'm so sorry. Octo's stream times, whilst unhealthy for him, are amazing for me as an Australian. I think that he sleeps. I think he does night streams and then sleeps. I think. Fingers crossed. They did a big fix for Astrologian. Did they? Great. Good. Excellent. I'm so glad. Was it along with the patch that brought the raid? Cool. I'm very happy for all of you Astrologians. Not that there was any problem with it anyway, and all classes are good classes, and there was nothing wrong. But I'm glad that things are less wrong than they were before. Thank you, Tavia. How are you? Things are more better. It's good. I was also there when Octo beat Sekiro. I feel like I think Octo and I was waiting on Octo to do something. I think I'm trying to remember. I tuned in because we were going to do something together once he beat it. And he was like, hold on, I just got to beat the last boss of Sekiro really quick. And I was like, well, I keep saying that I don't want to spoil myself on Sekiro, but I'm just going to go watch him do it. And I did. Yeah, all classes are classes, except the classes that aren't. Yikes. Oh, Cluedo! I think you're right. I think we were waiting to play Cluedo. Way more important than Sekiro. Thank you very much. Especially way more important than the last boss of Sekiro. No, I still haven't played it. I was really good about not watching anything that had to do with Dark Souls 3. So that Sam and I could do Dark Soulmates together. With Sekiro, I was really bad about it, guys. I was like, I'm not going to spoil myself on Sekiro stuff. No. I watched so many fucking boss fights from that game. I watched Sam do a bunch of shit. I watched scenes where I was like, this is probably like a big twist. I'm just watching it casually. So yeah. Oops. The clips I've seen from Vinland Saga are awesome. It's so good. We finally watched episode 4. Last night, I made dinner, and I was like, sit. We are watching episode 4 of Vinland Saga? And Sam was like, okay. And we watched it. And then he goes, cool, next one. I was like, honey, no, there's no more next one. And he was like, but we haven't watched it in so long. I was like, I know, because 3 episodes came out at once. And then we finally got episode 4. Yeah. But the other thing is I finally caught up on Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. Fuck, that's a good anime, man. I was so mad that I caught up. I was like, why did I do this? I should have just waited until it was all out. I should have just waited. I think anybody who knows my taste in characters probably knows who my favorite character is in that show. I said this to Erin. I was like, Erin, have you watched Kimetsu no Yaiba yet? And she was like, no. I was like, okay, when you do, I'm going to need you to text me the second that you meet the character that you know 100% is my favorite character. She's like, okay. I was like, it's going to be really fucking obvious. Yep. Yeah, everybody knows. Me and my friend just started watching that. He's frustrated and tempted to watch it without me because he likes it. I broke down and just watched the rest of it by myself because Sam and I watched it together up to a point, and then we were trying to watch it while we were falling asleep. And I'm very much if I'm in bed trying to watch a thing, I'll get maybe 20 minutes in and pass out, right? Like I can't watch things in bed reliably at all. Sam is the opposite. If he's like really into a thing, he'll just crush it. So at the time, he watched everything that was out while I was asleep. So I caught up to where he was. I was like, okay, we're at the same point, and now we can continue. But at that point, there were so many episodes that I think it felt a little daunting to try and do together. So at one point, we were just going through like the weekly stuff that had just come out. We were watching like the new Dr. Stone and the new Fire Force or whatever. And I was like, do you have time? We could watch an episode of Demon Slayer. And he was like, no. But if you want to watch it without me, that's fine. And I took that as the green fucking light. So I watched all of the episodes that I was missing yesterday while I was eating delicious sorbet in the living room, getting eaten to shit. We have all the windows open to like let air in, and I guess the mosquitoes were like sick. I would love to be in your house. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I was like, no. But yeah. We do have screens. I don't know how they got in, but every now and then I'm seeing one just hover like an asshole. So they're in the house for sure. everybody screens? We do have screens, yeah. But we also have cats. And the cats poke holes in screens sometimes. So it's compromised screens in the house. And when we move out, the poor owners are going to be like, I guess we're replacing all of the screens. Are they really cats if they don't screw up the screens? Right? What flavor sorbet? It's mango, I think. It's really fucking good. It's really, really good. I'm trying to get back into the habit of like not ingesting a ton of dairy. Cheese is all right. There's way less lactose in cheese, and like dependent on the cheese, there's like nearly none. But I was like, I've gotten really fast and loose about drinking milk whenever, having like soups with like a cream base, like all that shit. I was like, I'm gonna try to be more conscientious of it and not have as much, right? So I had gone to the grocery store to do something, and it was so hot, and Sam was like, bring ice cream home. I was like, okay. So yeah, I just like took a swing on this mango sorbet, and it was so good. I am lactose intolerant. Yeah. What can you do? It's not bad enough that that I can't have it, but it's like if I have specifically like cream things, if I have like a creamy soup or like an Alfredo sauce or anything like that, tummy ache town. And if I'm just like casually drinking a bunch of milk, casually eating like ice cream and stuff like that consistently, I'm a fart demon. It's bad. So my system is obviously telling me, hey, don't. And when I was a kid, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Because when I was in like middle school or something, I went through this stage where I was like, I'm just going to eat cereal every morning. And I was like feeling extremely ill every morning. And my dad was like, I don't understand what's wrong with you. And we went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, just like take me through your day. Like, what's going on in your day? And I was like, well, and like told him what I was eating and all of this stuff. And he was like, I'm pretty sure she's lactose intolerant. And then I stopped having milk, and I felt a lot better. So there you go. Dairy is fart food. It is. What kind of cereal is the more important question? I've always been a big fan of Raisin Bran, but my dad would sprinkle sugar on it. So it wasn't like, don't be too impressed, okay, guys? It was Raisin Bran with a sprinkle of sugar on it and then milk. I tune into the stream and first thing I hear is I'm a fart demon. No, I was reading somebody else's thing, I think. I was. Shit. Yeah, as an adult, I now absolutely love Raisin Bran just by itself. But as a kid, Raisin Bran with a little bit of sugar was amazing. Ice cream traditionalist or eccentric? My favorite ice creams have always been vanilla bean, traditional, and pistachio, fairly traditional, I think. Those are like the two. If somebody is going to just like get ice cream for me, those are the two that I'm all about. When Miss Random Badger came over and we made the coffee and coconut milk, like nice cream. That's what they call it when there's not actually cream in it. The nice cream. That was super good. I really want to try making that again. I really want to try making it with Dodger coffee, but most of the recipes that I see for coffee ice cream are using either espresso shots or are using instant coffee. So I'm like, I can definitely grind Dodger coffee to the right consistency to use to make an espresso shot. I can do that. I just don't own the stuff necessary to do it. And I probably should, because I'm a part owner of a coffee company, so I should probably just have all of the shit. Why not? Which, by the way, hey, check out Dodger Coffee if you like coffee. So yeah, I really want to try making this coffee ice cream again. But with Dodger coffee, I think that would be really cool. Coffee science time? Hell yeah. We use Dodger coffee as espresso and it's delicious. Wonderful. I'm so glad. Hi, Skylar. I am Dodger. Yeah. That would be me. Absolutely. What do I do now? I hang out on Twitch. I only do Twitch now. I haven't really done YouTube in forever. I've been doing Vlogmas, which is like for the month of December up until Christmas, you like do a daily vlog. So I've been doing Vlogmas the last couple of years, but that's pretty much all that's gone up on my YouTube channel. And then yeah, I'm married. I have a kid. I'm trying to move to England. My car was stolen. All kinds of stuff. Oh, that's really fucking smart. Use the cold brew. That's really smart. That's a smart thing you've said. I should try that. Oh yeah, it was like 2 months ago. It was stolen right from our driveway. So, but we might have a lead on it. I'm not going to say what it is just in case I jinx it, but we might have a lead on it actually. I was ready to be like, okay, I'm going to just like give up this car and say that I'm never going to find it, but might have a lead on it. Might have a lead. So we'll see. You look like you want to ditch the stream to try making ice cream with the cold brew right now. I don't have the things necessary. It turns out the like basin part, if you're using an ice cream maker, right? The like basin part that you put the mixture in to then create the ice cream, that has to sit in the freezer for at least 24 hours. So I would not have everything prepared and ready to be able to make ice cream right now. Yeah, Skylar, thanks for tuning in. It was Gmart. Gmart stole my car. That would be incredible. What a long game. Also, he's going to be arrested. I made ice cream in a Ziploc bag before. Me too. With like ice and salt and like the cream and all that stuff. And then a little vanilla extract, I think it was. It was something like that. Yeah. Haven't caught a stream in a long time. Here are some biddies. Oh, I wish I could watch the rest of the stream. It's late in my area, so have a great stream, cat gang. Bye, Weird Uncle Jay. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for the biddies. I just finished a book called Fantastic Land by Mike Bakoven. It was legitimately one of the best books I've yet to read. I thought I would pass on the recommendation to everybody. Oh, great. If you're looking for a book, Fantastic Land by Mike Bakoven. Awesome. Thank you, Hess. Oh, Gynax, thank you very much for the gifted subs. If you were gifted a sub by Gynax, be sure to say thank you. It's very generous of you. Thanks so much. When I make a milkshake, I always use ice cream, and it turns out the bomb. How would you make a milkshake without ice cream? I thought that's how you made milkshakes. Is it not? I also I've never made one. So I've just always assumed that ice cream was the base. You just shake milk. Oh, shit, my bad. And then the boys come to the yard, right? And then you have a milkshake. A traditional French milkshake is milk shaken for several minutes. Legitimately? Traditional milkshake. Oops. Shake. I don't think any of these are what I want. I'll look this up later. It's giving me all kinds of recipes that are like the best milkshake you'll ever eat in your life. And I'm like, that's not, I'm trying to learn history right now. I want food knowledge, not recipes. How many minutes do I gotta shake this milk before I have boys in my yard? Just curious. The one time you don't want a recipe. I know, dude. Asking for a friend. I'm just trying to help out the people in chat who want boys in their yard, okay? We're just trying to learn together as a team. Start now, count how long it takes for Sam to come into the room. It's hard because even if he felt the pull, even if like the shaking of the milk was, you know, tickling his senses, his like spidey senses, and he thought to himself, I feel like I desperately need to be in the front yard right now. If he was in the middle of a For Honor match, I think he would still choose For Honor. So he's not a very good test subject for this. We need more boys in the yard, you know? I have too many boys in my yard. Please take some. As a boy, if I make a milkshake, will I go out into my own yard? That's a great question. More science to be done. Yeah. Salmon For Honor, inseparable as Benji and Monster Hunter. Benji does love Monster Hunter. I'm still very proud that I got Benji to play Hollow Knight. Because he started Hollow Knight, and then he dropped it. And we were, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I was like, Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games of all time. It's incredible. It's like one of the best games ever made, and you would love it. Please go back to it. Please play it. He was like, okay. And now he loves it like I love it. It makes me very happy. If I make a smoothie, will lesbians come to my yard? Again, more science to be done. Have you seen any or much of Erratus? I've played it, and I don't think that I don't think that the UI is as clear. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't feel as clear, like, what you're doing in it. Because I'm trying to come at it. So, this game Erratus came out the idea of it is that you, the player character, are Eratus, who is a necromancer. And you are trying to defeat heroes with the army of the undead. And so you're trying to have like better and better undead units and put together teams, and it's very Darkest Dungeon-y. It looks very Darkest Dungeon-y. It plays very Darkest Dungeon-y. But I'm finding myself like looking for things that I had in Darkest Dungeon that I don't have in this game. But there's really cool like combo moves that you can do in this game. Like, it's interesting. It is interesting. It's difficult for me the way that I think Darkest Dungeon was difficult for me at first, where I was like, I don't totally get this yet, but I'm trying. It's missing like quality of life UI stuff. I feel like it's not quite as clear. Everything isn't quite as like clean, you know? Yeah, it's called Eratus. It's on Steam. And yeah, you're a necromancer boy. In some of the pictures, they make him look real hot, and in other pictures, he looks horrifying. So there's also that. I was talking with Cry about it because Cry did it. I found out about this game because Cry did a sponsored stream for it, and I was like, you know, that somebody started playing this game because they were like, yo, the guy in the menu screen looks hot as hell, and then started playing it and was like, oh, he's not though. He decays. Maybe. Oh my God. Maybe that's part of it. Iratus. Eratus. I have not played the new Fire Emblem yet. I'm still like going hard on. Well, last night I watched a bunch of Kimetsu no Yaiba, so there was that, and got eaten to bits. But I'm still playing a lot of Overlord Picross. So I haven't had the urge. Babu's okay. Yeah, it's very warm here. Our AC isn't working. I mean, here's the thing. We can turn the AC on, but water gets everywhere. So like last night, it was really, really hot, and I caved and just like shoved a bunch of towels and like a pan and stuff like underneath to catch water, and just turned the AC on for like half an hour. And I think overall it helped just cool the house down a little bit, because the house was just trapping heat, you know, and especially in Clark's room, it's just poor baby. Do you need to call your landlord about that? I already have. I am a responsible individual. We called our landlord and sent them a video and everything the second that it was happening. But the company that installed everything are the ones that have to like come out and make sure that whatever is wrong gets fixed. And they could not come out until Monday. So we have another full day to get through, and then we'll be good. The AC unit should be outside. So the AC unit is outside. The heating unit is in here. In the garage. Again, I don't know how the fuck any of this shit works, or what's actually wrong, or any of that. That's why I'm not making the attempt to fix this myself. I'm in property management. When I need to get a vendor, some of my tenants get so upset. Upset about what? I mean, you can't be expected to know how to fix everything. I don't know how to fix anything. That's why I hire people. Yeah, I have a pretty good like understanding of the simple things that I can fix, but I have a big fear of making things worse. So Clark has been kicking at her crib like ever since we put her down. So for 49 minutes. If the water doesn't start immediately, it might be the condensate drain is busted. Yikes. Okay. We haven't. So I was going through I remember when they installed everything, they were like, don't try to cool the house down to this temperature. Don't try to heat the house up to this temperature, right? There were like limits. They were like, things might get wonky if you try to like cool everything down too much or something like that. And I was like, we haven't though. I don't think we've done anything wrong. Can you post the video you took of what was going on? I can show it to you. So we turned everything off right after we took this video because there are so many cords there and we were really scared of water being next to all those cords. Which is why I was like, we really need to cool the house down. Like Clark is in a 80 something degree room trying to sleep with fans on her and it's not helping. So I did like everything I could to try and keep it dry, but still be able to like turn on the AC for a few minutes. Twitch chat plays. It's a clog in that line. Okay. It's clogged and then they'll need to reseal it. Interesting. Okay. Cool. When is the Twitch Sing stream? I might do it for my birthday. My birthday's in a couple of days. So I figure that's a good time as any. I can just hang out and sing and it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little stream. Duet with Strippin' or Riot. Sam won't even sing around me most of the time. I don't think that he wants to sing on stream. My birthday's in 3 days, August 6th. Yeah, Leos unite. But I'm not like other Leos. Okay, I'm not really a Leo though. Somebody was goofing that like something that all Leos say is, but I'm not really. I don't act like a Leo though. so whenever somebody is like, "Oh, you're a Leo," I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not like. I don't actually act like a Leo though." You know, just to feed into the trope. What a Leo thing to say. It's because they're always because everything about Leos is like they're bossy and they love themselves and they want to, you know, everything has to be dramatic and like all this shit. So every Leo on earth is like, I'm not like that. I'm not like Leos. I'm not really a Leo though. Did you know the song Happy Birthday is expensive to use? It shouldn't be anymore. It's royalty free now. Unless somebody bought it, which would shock me. Oh, I just adopted a stray black and white kitten that wandered into the garage where I work. Aww. It would be hilarious if Disney bought the rights. Yikes. Don't. Can you imagine being rich enough to buy Happy Birthday? How much would it cost to buy Happy Birthday? Like a Billy? My mom is an Aries. When somebody that I know posted a thing that was like, say something about yourself that makes it really obvious what your sign is, I responded to it and was like, I made it a job to just make thousands of people listen to me talk. And everybody was like, hello, fellow Leo. I love star signs. I think they're so fun. I'd like to make it clear, I don't take them seriously at all. I just think they're fun. One day I'll be rich enough to buy the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that song. Last time I saw you, also first time, was around 10 years ago. I watched an Ace Attorney video. My 15-year-old mind was like, wow, I'm in love. Fast forward to now, I literally just discovered this channel by chance. Crazy. I'm glad to see you're still doing content. All the best to you and your baby. Thank you so much. That's so crazy. We've had a couple of people now who saw me a long time ago and found me again now. That's so crazy. I hope you're doing well as well. Ardark, I'm so sorry. We're stolen car buddies. It's not a good buddy to have. It's not a good like solidarity thing, but I feel you. I'm so sorry about that. Hello, sir. Can I purchase the alphabet? First time was when you met Simon, and second time is now. When I met Simon, when he came to my house, or when he rubbed his beard all over me in England. If it was when he rubbed his beard all over me, that was the same day I met my husband. This is pretty cool. There's auditions for The Mystery of Edwin Drood in my area. Rory. At the very least, you have to go see it and see how it goes. It's a tough play to do, but it's so good. It's my favorite musical. If you audition, let me know. The beard rubbing gives people the power to meet their true love. Don't spread that. Don't spread that. People are going to be like, please, just rub me with your beard just once. I heard a rumor. Did you know that was going to happen? Did you really run away under the table because you were so shocked? I didn't know they were going to rub me with their beards. And I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. So I ran away. I love that play. You know it. My college did it. It was amazing. Our costume designer worked on the original production on Broadway. Amazing. I wish that there were pictures. I wonder if there are. Somebody's gotta have pictures from Edwin Drood. Hold on. I'm about to deep dive live. There you are, beautiful. A good friend of mine played the Madam, who was like one of the best characters. And her dress was gorgeous. The dress that we made for her. I'm wondering if I can find it. She posts so many cute pictures of her and her wife. How am I ever gonna find your dope ass dress? I get that you're really happy or whatever, but like, god damn it. I'm just trying to find a picture from 12 years ago. Surely this isn't gonna take that long. God damn it. Okay, wait a minute. Don't they have a way to, like... Okay, wait. Albums? Oh my god. Maybe you're good at albums. I don't think she's good at albums. Son of a bitch. I'm not gonna find it. It was a fucking gorgeous dress, though. Okay, guys? Your happiness is so inconvenient. Oh, god damn it. But she's lovely, and I'm so glad that she's happy, and she wore a dope-ass dress. I think I followed you when you did the Target thing. The see-through building thing. That was weird. Wasn't that weird? It was kind of awesome for me because they were like, hey, we're going to pay you a lot of money to like sit in a bedroom we've concocted for you and wear Target clothes and literally just talk to the camera for however many hours. And I was like, I can do that. I have the skill set for this. But it was, when I look back on it, I'm like, that was weird. That was such a strange pitch. It's 4 a.m. here. What time is it there? It is 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Weird times. I know, man. It's interesting. People will try a lot of like interesting things, and not to overuse that word, the word interesting. I think I use it way too often. But yeah, when companies look at people like us and say, how can I use them? And their idea is, what if we made a fake house with a glass wall that you could see through, and then a big stage, and on the stage we'll do ads for things and talk about Target and our sponsors. And then inside of the house, every room has a camera and you talk to the camera. There was one guy who was in that program though, who literally just slept the whole time. And I was like, what a fucking power move. And then I think the second day he was like, I'm pulling out. I don't want to do this anymore. And he just left. So literally he like went into his room in the Target house and just slept for his entire like 4 hours or whatever, and then was like, I'm done. It's amazing. Is there a video of this, of the Target thing? I don't know. I don't know if video exists of that.
You fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
He got all he could out of the social experiment. I think I don't know. I'm trying to remember what was going on there. But I know Jen Im? No, it wasn't Jen Im. Or was it Jen Im? I think it was. Jen Im was there, and that's where I met her. And then, oh my God. How am I? Tessa. Jesus Christ. I kept wanting to say Tanya, and I was like, that's not the right name. It's my cousin's name. It's not her name. Tessa was there, and that's where Tessa and I like got to hang out for the first time. And I heard her music, and it was like before she had really like fully dived into doing music full time. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, these are actually great songs. Like she's really talented. And now it's so awesome to see her like doing tours and shit. I bought a couple of tickets for her England show just in case we're there already. And if we're not, I'm just going to give them to a couple of family members and say like, hey, go watch Tessa. She's great. Yeah, it's exciting. She's awesome. She's working her butt off. Yeah, her music, like her most recent songs are so good. I get them stuck in my head all the time. So I heard her on my Starbucks store playlist the other day. Really? Yeah, she's one of her songs is being like floated out on like alternative radio on Sirius. So that's pretty cool. She was like, if you hear the song and you like it, please let them know. It's like, oh. Tessa Violet. Yeah. Tessa Violet. She does entirely music stuff now. If you watched YouTube like 9 or 10 years ago, she was Mika Kitty on YouTube. I know, isn't it crazy? It's really cool when like watching people sort of evolve into what it is that they want to do. Mika Kitty was my shit. Yeah, man. She's great. She's very sweet. You ever get to turn yourself into a smoke changeling? Like in D&D? My very first character was a changeling. We were doing an Eberron game. It was very fun. I'm so excited. We made, we kind of like did world building and like character development stuff for an upcoming roleplay one shot. Shh, I didn't say anything. And I'm really excited about my character. But Adam was like, he was giving me so much shit because my character is an elf, and he was like, oh, are you gonna play a shaman? Are they gonna really love doves? Are they gonna be kind of like anxious and fall in love with another character? I was like, fuck you, Adam. If any of you watched Mirror Shades, that was literally my character in Mirror Shades. So when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play an elf, he was like, yes, very on brand. Yeah, Breakdown. He was my sweet boy. Adam can't talk shit. He's literally always a cleric. We all have things that we gravitate toward. I try to play a different type of person as often as I can. I think my weakest like character skills are subtlety. Does that make sense? I think I'm comfortable saying I'm pretty good at like creating a character with something about them that's big, right? That I can kind of lean on when I'm when I'm acting as them. But I tried when we did like season 2 of Nebula Jazz, and I played my new character. I was like, I want this character. I really want to try to be subtle with this character. Like in personality, right? And I think it was really hard. It was really, really hard. Start with big and add subtlety later. See, I think that's typically how it goes, right? Is you say like, I'm a one-dimensional character. This is my big aspect, right? And I always start, I've talked about this a million times, I'm so sorry, but I always start my characters for anything with a major flaw. Because I just think that's more fun. I just choose like a big flaw and I build off of that. And then, as you're playing, you become more comfortable in the character and you can add nuance. And that just kind of like naturally happens, I think, like as you create bonds with other characters and as like different conversations happen, like you sort of develop the character as you play them. At least that's how it's always worked for me. But like trying to start with somebody who's just wants to be normal and is like a fairly normal character, just not bombastic in any way, right? Not big, is difficult. It's really hard for me. Trying to go opposite, right? Trying to say like, there's nothing weird about me. I'm totally fine. Nothing strange. I'm just a normal teenage girl. That's who I am, right? And then have the nuanced reveals be that that's not true and that there are like big things that are being suppressed. That's more difficult, I think. How dare you, Dodger? You made me fall in love with Scrooge slime. He's my opus. He's my opus. Thank you. Yeah, people still will be like, I love Eugene. Eugene's my favorite character. Warms my heart. Does it make a difference if you play a male or a female? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I don't know. That doesn't ever seem to matter to me. Just in general. Like if I want to play like a big aggressive character, it doesn't really impact the way that I play them, I don't think, at all.
Welcome,
but I guess it depends. It depends on where I'm starting from, where my starting point is, whether or not I think it would be interesting to explore it from one perspective or another. This is my first time in your chat and I'm loving it. Welcome. Welcome, Zep. I'm out of coffee, but I'm going to pretend I'm not. That drop of coffee was delicious. I have more. I should just go pour myself more and pop it in the microwave. That's right. I pop my coffee in the microwave. You heard it here for the millionth time. Never partake in your own supply. Not in this house. Someone called DMZ. Unbelievable. I'm leaving. So we're not going to run into something. I didn't see you there. The coffee police got me. Untrue. Did she just Zoidberg out of the room? I did. Dance walk in the darkness with some SCP shit. How dare you guys? No cryptids in this house, I say as my eyes turn into goat eyes. No cryptids in this house. Speaking of microwaving, I remember seeing on Twitter Gail Simone basically as a joke said Brits microwaving their tea is wrong, and the replies were hilarious. Most people in general do not feel that you should take a prepared beverage that is meant to be warm and fresh and then just say, fuck it, I'm throwing it in the microwave. That's generally like looked down upon. I found that out when I made a coffee time years ago. I made a coffee time that started off with me putting my cup of coffee in the microwave. It was literally a first person shot of me throwing it in the microwave. And everyone was like, ugh. I just don't want to waste it. I made an entire French press of coffee, and it's cold now. So it's going in the microwave. Doesn't microwaved coffee taste slightly sourer? It doesn't taste the same, if that's your question. But I don't know if that's from the microwave or if that's from the fact that it completely cooled and then is reheated. The molecules are different, man, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Yeah, that face. I drink it cold, a small price to pay to maintain my dignity. Yikes. I'm getting called out real hard. Yeah, look, you know, I brought you a high quality craft Americana coffee based off of the shitty burnt coffee that you get in diners, and it's amazing. So really, I don't understand why our second roast couldn't be a delicious craft version of microwaved coffee. Tamto's emotes are amazing. Yeah, they're so good. I can hear David screaming. Look, I have an idea. Did I tell you guys this? I pitched a really stupid charity stream for us to do for Dodger Coffee. Dodger Coffee is not the charity in this situation, just like as the Dodger Coffee business doing like a charity stream. And it might actually be happening, which I'm very excited about, but like I have to set up all the logistics for it. Make a coffee that tastes like Yorkshire Gold. I don't know if that's possible, but now I'm intrigued. Mm-hmm. I do appreciate you finding the good and shitty. I try. It's my whole life. That makes it sound like my life is really shitty and I just try to make the best of it. It is not. I'm very blessed. But I think if you were to interview a bunch of people in my life and ask them what's like a really annoying quality about me, it would be that I'm just like overly optimistic when the situation does not call for it. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that I'm the like glass half full person when everybody else is like, stop. Stop trying to make this sound like it's okay when it's not okay. So, yeah. I wanted to. So, there was a Twitter meme that went around that I did yesterday that was like, describe yourself but not with words. Pick four fictional characters. And I almost put Aziraphale on there. Only because like his character is so just like, everybody's good, kinda. Like, there's good in everybody. Everybody's like a wonderful person somehow. I was like, it's kind of me. But I think the four that I chose were correct. It was Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Uraraka from Boku no Hero and Detective Pikachu from the Detective Pikachu movie. Specifically a picture of him holding a coffee cup. This is important. And then Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I felt really at peace with those four. All right. Now I'm hungry and I want coffee. I could always have a cup of coffee. The other day I didn't have any caffeine and I got a little headache and I was like, fuck, is it time for me to do a caffeine purge and get myself back to neutral? It always sucks though. I hate doing it. I hate it so much because it means like a full week of terrible headaches. But I do feel accomplished once I've had a few days of no caffeine and my head stops hurting. I'm like, I did it. I detoxed. Do you play video games? I do. So on Saturdays, normally on Saturday mornings, I do a 2-hour thing called Saturday Morning DOOGER. And it was one of the first or the first consistent like streamed thing that I did when I started streaming, if I remember right. And yeah, it's turned into literally just let's sit and chat about stuff. So yeah, every Saturday, God willing, every Saturday there's a 2-hour block where we just sit and talk about whatever. So, hey Joe, how are you, dude? A cup of coffee to celebrate the detox. Cheers, guys. This puppy. What are you barking at, my dude? Bark, bark. How are you liking Shadowbringers so far? I love it. Where we ended, I literally, I sent like a wall of text to Amma today because he said that he wasn't there for the last Shadowbringers stream. And I was like, oh my God. No spoilers. Do not spoil anything in chat. And I won't spoil anything either. The Shadowbringers storyline is very, very good. But I sent, because like I'm theory crafting so much shit at the point that I'm at in the story, I sent Emma like a huge like wall of text that was like, here's my theory. Since we're over text, I'm not going to see your face like do anything weird while you read this, right? So it's safe. I just need to get it out into the universe so that if I'm right, I can go, oh, oh. But yeah, it's very good. I'm really, really enjoying it. My cousin Thierry and I have been playing Final Fantasy XIV together for a really long time. So we're only doing story stuff together. But, you know, we're both moms and we both have other stuff going on and whatever else. So we haven't been able to like play more than a couple of times a week. So it's slow going getting through the story, but everybody has said the point that we're at now, it's going to be like, you will not want to stop playing. It's going to be really hard to stop. And I'm a little scared. So that you have visual proof you called it. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, is all you do just chatting? I never follow these kinds of streams. I'm just trying to figure out if I caught you on a gaming day. Not saying that there's anything wrong with it. No, I totally understand. So we're for another like half an hour, we're chit-chatting, and then we're actually swapping into a sponsored segment playing an MMO with our friend Octopimp. So yeah, if you want to hang out that long, there will be gaming content eventually, but it will be like sponsored stuff. Oh, outraging cat. I'm not sure. I've never struggled very much with my cats being like fussy about food. They'll eat pretty much anything. Even if I give them like really nice, incredible food and then go back to food that isn't quite as nice and incredible, they'll still eat it. So I actually haven't struggled with that very much, but somebody in chat might have. She's so picky, it's hard. Oh, I'm sorry. The true blue himself. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And he knows a lot more about MMOs than I do. Final Fantasy XIV is literally the only MMO that I have given my heart to. Aside from EverQuest, but EverQuest has been dead for a while. So I was like, oh, Octo and I keep talking about playing a thing together. Maybe he would want to play this MMO with me. So yeah, it's called Estelia. It's in beta right now. So yeah. EQ is technically not dead. I knew somebody was going to say that. I knew someone was going to say that. Can't avoid the naked cat boys, I see. Cheers. Cheers to naked cat boys in all of our games. I started playing it before Heaven's Word. So I started in Realm Reborn, but like right at the end, like right before Heaven's Word started. So yeah, I've played it through all of the expansions. And I've gone through like ebbs and flows with how much of it I'll play. With Shadowbringers, I've been logging on a lot more because I don't want to get level blocked, because Tyrion and I can only do story like so often. We've been trying to make sure that we like do our roulettes, do our dailies, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm also just trying to generally do gold saucer stuff every day because I really want some of those mounts, and it's not going to happen if I don't like sack up. It's not going to happen if I don't sack up and start making some money. What's your review of previous expansions? I think that they got better as they went along. Shadowbringers is by far like the most interesting and the most cohesive and well written. Like it's really, really good. But it also, in a way, is kind of in a bubble. That's like the most spoiler free way that I can say that. Realm Reborn, I loved, but there was nothing to compare it to, right? We were talking about this before, but like with Realm Reborn, it wasn't like I had a bunch of people being like, oh man, once you get through Realm Reborn, you can finally do Heaven's Ward. It's so much better than Realm Reborn. Or like, once you get through Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward, you can finally do Stormblood because Stormblood is so much better than that, right? Like, that's how it's wound up being. And now Shadowbringers is so good that a bunch of people are like, can I just skip it? And I'm like, no. It's all good. It's all good. And I know people are going to say it's not. I think it is all very good. I do think that it improves as it goes. And Heavensward was better than Realm Reborn. Stormblood was better than Heavensward, and Shadowbringers is better than all of it. But each section is also building on so much world and character development that happened in the previous part, right? So to just like skip everything, you won't even be able to appreciate what's so great about Shadowbringers if you haven't experienced the rest. If you haven't taken the time to play Realm Reborn and then play Heavensward, like all of the stuff going on in Heavensward doesn't have as much weight if you don't know what happened in Realm Reborn, right? Like it progresses that way really well, I think. And I know that Realm Reborn feels slow, but it does lay the foundation. So, and it's great. And a lot of you guys I know will go to Final Fantasy XIV streams. Sorry, now I'm on it. I'm sorry. So a lot of you guys will go to Final Fantasy XIV streams and see people who are in endgame and be like, this looks overwhelming. There's too many abilities. The UI is crazy. Like, I'm not even going to attempt this. I promise you, every class, it starts you off with like 2 skills. You slowly get more and more things. So, yeah, they are. The Final Fantasy XIV community is very friendly. I think I've had one negative interaction in the last, like, because I've been pubbing, like, fairly often. I think I've had one negative interaction in the last, like, year. And it was literally because I was doing an alliance raid. And I streamed immediately after. I was doing an alliance raid and I DC'd and I was frozen and I couldn't do anything. And I saw in the text somebody was like, our fucking healer isn't doing anything. One of our fucking healers isn't doing anything. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. And then it kicked me out. So I'd argue you have too few abilities at the start. Some of the jobs are rough. So if you're somebody who did skip, because you can pay to like skip up to a certain level in a class. You only need one character to play all classes. So I have my one character, and he is a nearly max level white mage now, but is also a pretty high level black mage and has, dabbled in other stuff. And like, that's really cool. But if you wanted to skip ahead, I know a lot of people who did that, who like paid to like have a level 50 whatever and skip some story stuff, which no judging. I just think you're wrong and you should play all of the story because it's all good. But but I think the best way for you to figure out what all of your shit is and what all of these abilities are is to do Palace of the Dead. Because Palace of the Dead literally takes you from your first ability up through. And it does happen fast, but at least it like gives you kind of a feel for what the progression was supposed to be. Skipping to make a character on a new data center is okay. Oh, totally. Totally. Palace is fine for XP grinding, but it doesn't really teach you the class. But what it does do, you're right, it doesn't teach you rotation or anything like that. The way that you would wind up learning it if you were doing like dungeons with people and stuff. But it does show you what classes you were supposed to start with and in what order your abilities were supposed to come to you, so that like at the beginning of playing a class in Palace of the Dead, you're going to be like, okay, so this is my like general attack ability, I guess, right? I guess that's what that's for. And then this other one is maybe some kind of a buff or who knows? I'll figure it out. I only have 2 things. But yeah, pretty quickly you get more stuff, but at least you see in what order stuff was supposed to happen. Hi, Kendra. If it makes you feel better, Sam has like a really bad migraine right now. He has since last night, which is why he's not streaming. But he was watching Clark because I wanted to take a shower, and I did. I went to take a shower, so he was hanging out with Clark, and I came downstairs and I was like, okay, I'll feed her, like, you can relax. And he literally just passed out on the rug, like holding his head. I felt so bad. Migraines are awful. I don't really get them ever. Like the way that my friends describe migraines, I'm like, I've maybe had something kind of like that once or twice in my life. I have really bad, like, behind the eye sort of headaches sometimes, where like my eyes feel like they're fucking like pulsing. Those are really, really difficult for me. Like I have to just lie down and close my eyes. Like I can't do anything. But Sam gets like really intense migraines sometimes. And sometimes he'll have like a migraine that he can push through and do stuff, like kind of like right now. He can mostly do whatever, but he's going to have this just dull migraine for a week maybe. I can't even imagine. If I have a headache for more than, like, if I go to bed and I wake up and I still can feel anything, I feel so cheated. Like, how dare you? I went to bed and everything. You're supposed to be gone. Sleep used to be my go-to fix. I felt so betrayed when it stopped working. Yeah. Yeah, I would like for Sam to get checked out. He's had them his whole life. He's had like headaches and migraines his entire life. So he's very used to dealing with them, but yeah, they'll last for like 4 or 5 days sometimes. Which is nuts to me. Week-long migraines can be fixed. I'm sure that's true. He should go in. I'm sure there's a medication he can get. I used sleep until rested. Woke up and it still hurts. Unfair. Give me a refund. Exactly. That's my feeling as well. I found that my headaches are almost always food triggered. It has to do with like what I'm eating. If I've had a lot of sugar, if I've been having more caffeine than usual, and then I have like a normal amount of caffeine or no caffeine, I'll get like a bad headache. But yeah, if I haven't been eating very well, is typically when I'll get headaches. If that stops working, I'm gonna stop sleeping. What's the benefit anymore? I feel like there's a flaw in logic there. Too much sugar, too much salt, not enough water, all give me big headaches. Yeah. Water is normally the first thing I'll try. If it's not, caffeine headaches always feel the same. If I have a caffeine headache, I'm like, I know what that is. But if I just have a general, like a behind the eye one, or like just a general headache, like back of the head, water's the very first thing that I'll do. Behind the eye is the worst. It sucks, man. But again, like I've never been super prone to headaches. So a lot of people that I know have like either consistently get them, or like my dad used to have headaches all the time. My dad didn't take very good care of himself for like most of his life though. But yeah, he used to like have a headache like every night. It was crazy. My dad also dislocated or like popped out or like did something crazy to his rib just by coughing. He like coughed really hard and his rib just like popped out of place. I don't even know. Like, it's fucking crazy. Your dad is literally Deku. Dadger, I know. Poor boy. The Oculus gives me migraines. I'm sure that that's not uncommon. I was going to say common, and I know that not uncommon kind of means the same thing. But I feel like it's... Yeah. My grandma said her neck and feet were hurting for a while. It turns out she had a bunch of backbones fractured and didn't even notice. What the fuck? Yeah, I have like the like night screen stuff on everything, because if it's dark in the house, especially if I'm streaming at night, right? Like I've got this big old fucking ring light in my eyes. So if I have that and then the screen's at like full blast, I won't get a headache, but I won't feel very good. Does that make sense? I love Sam's expressions. I love I love watching shows with Sam. This won't surprise anybody who watches him fairly consistently, but when he's playing games, he's like so in it, and he's like doing this sort of shit, like For Honor, right? When he's like attacking somebody in For Honor, he's like like he's like so into it. He is that way when you're watching shows too. If there's like a really cool fight scene going on, out of the corner of my eye, I'll see him like so good. I love it. It's so sweet. I don't point it out anymore. I've pointed it out a couple of times, and then I think he's like, shut up. So I don't point it out anymore because I don't want him to feel like embarrassed or like he needs to think about it, because I honestly, like, I really love it. Yeah, I'm letting Sam be Sam, because I actually love it. I love that he does that he gets like so it's so good. I love it. He's shadow boxing. Exactly. Yeah, I absolutely do that. If I'm playing like a racing game, I totally like do this shit 100%. had to stop playing Rocket League on the bus, I would move my body in the direction of the car and bump into people. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I haven't kept up at all. How's motherhood? It's great. It's great. She's a big girl. She's coming up on a year and a half. Not coming up on, but she's at 15 months. Yeah. She's trying to talk all the time. It's great. I do the thing where when I get secondhand embarrassment from a show, I lean as far as possible away from the screen. I pause it. If I'm watching a show and it feels like something horribly like secondhand embarrassment-y is about to happen, I literally pause the show and walk away. I'll walk away and do something else. And then if I'm like, you know what, I really just want to push through this and see the rest of the show, I'm sure the scene won't go on that long, I'll grab like my Switch or something, or I'll grab my phone and I'll bring up a game and let the scene play out, but won't really pay attention to it. And that way I'm like, I technically, like, I kind of heard what was going on, but I wasn't so focused on it that I felt the wave of horror. There have been rare situations where I've literally just skipped it. So. I did that with Queer Eye. There was a guy in season 2, I believe, was lying straight to their faces and they caught him in the lie. I don't remember that. I've definitely seen Queer Eye season 2. Wait, I do know who you're talking about. Oh my God. I hated that whole episode. I literally, like, my brain pretended it didn't exist. Feedback. I couldn't get very far in that anime. It was much easier to do the manga for me, for Watamote. Because yeah, that is a very, very much every chapter. There's some part of it where you're like, ugh. And it's so much easier when it's in manga form and you can just skip the page. Did you ever watch Love is War? Kaguya-sama? I watched like 4 episodes. Something like that. I didn't like it. They used my likeness without permission. I know a couple of people who watched it when it came out and were like, I don't want to watch this anymore because it feels like I'm watching a show about myself and I don't like that. Watamote is about it's about a girl who is extremely socially awkward and is like a complete shut-in, and eventually it becomes a story about her like growing as a person, but overall, like for a very long time, it's just about like it's just scenes of her being like uncomfortably awkward. It's like really, really hard. I think for anybody who like spent a lot of time online and had any kind of like shut-in tendencies of any kind, or who felt like they even just went through a stage where they were really socially awkward, there are chapters where you're like, fuck, I feel this so hard, right? And in that way, you're like embarrassed because you're like, God, I've been this person. But then there are also chapters where you're just like, this is so hard to read. This is so hard to read. Is this Watamode? How did I guess? Yeah. Yeah. It's ultra cringe in a good way. I've said this before and I'll say it again. My favorite cringe anime is Prison School. 100%. And I don't know why, because I typically hate that shit. But I love Prison School. And if somebody like sat me down and was like, if you don't explain in a clear, concise way why Prison School is great, you'll die. I would probably die. Like, I don't know how I would explain why I like it. I have no idea. I have watched O Maidens in Your Savage season. Yeah, we covered it on the anime season First Impressions, which I've been told, because of the anime footage, has been taken down. So that VOD is not on Twitch, but I also recorded the VOD, so we'll be able to put it up on YouTube. What do you mean by cringe? It's a lot of like purposeful discomfort for the viewer. Like, yes, you hear dogs in the background. Like, pretty much everybody around us has dogs. Some of the dogs are consistently louder than other dogs. Are you the nice girl who got babies? I have a baby. Is that the question? We should get a louder dog. I don't know if that's the answer. I have exactly one baby. What's the anime about a pianist who's a killer? The PP Killer. I love that anime. Yeah, the PP Killer. That one. That's the one. Got it. Nailed it. I know. Technically, Clark is a toddler. Like, if I look at things, if I'm looking at stuff and trying to figure out what would be the right fit for her, it's always like, here's the toddler thing. The fuck? Don't say it. She's a babu. It's called Killer Pianist. She toddles, though. She toddles quickly. That's the dog. For any of you who are like, dog? He is. Just kidding, that's Sherlock. Hey! That would be incredible if I had one of those cats that barked. Just kidding, it's Clark. I got you twice. One of those screaming goats. I think I'm good. I do love goats, though. Could be a bird. Also true. Birds are very good at mimicking noises. Oh, hey, that's the video. Of shit leaking in my house. Clark really loves. So if she shows a lot of interest, in a specific type of animal that she sees like on a cartoon or in a book, I'll show her videos of like the actual animal to try and help her like see the similarities. So she can reliably look at many different types of dogs and say, dog. Amazing. She also will pick up things that look vaguely like dogs and walk around going, woof, woof, which is hilarious. So dogs, nailed. Cats, still a little weird, which is odd because there are 2 cats in this house. Sometimes she'll look at cats and say, dog? I'm like, cat. But she still, for months and months now, her favorite things to watch are birds. And I think it's because they make so many like fun noises for her. And we were watching a video where a parrot was going, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. And Clark kissed the phone. Fuck, it was so cute. It was so cute. I die. Anyway, that's your last adorable story before we go into sponsored segment. I know, isn't that cute? Fuck. She's so cute. I can't stand it. Okay. So yes, we are gonna take a break. When we come back, we will be in sponsored mode. We are playing a game called Estelia. It is an MMO that is in beta. We have a bunch of keys to give away. So those will be raffled out as we play. Octo and I are gonna play it together. So when we come back, we'll give him a call. And yeah, that's it. So I will BRB. I'll set all of that up and enjoy the music.